Welcome to another episode of Tech's Tips. My name's Tekon Bashi from Genie CCTV. What we're going to do today is show you how to configure and program the RF200D Transceivers to work with PTZ cameras. So this is the RF200D. So this device, if you're wanting to use this to control PTZs, you'll need one for your keyboard end and you'll need one for your PTZ camera. If you've got multiple PTZ cameras, up to 4 or 5 or 6, you would need to have 4 or 5 or 6 of these devices connected within the same channels to the one receiver that the keyboard is connected to. Now, obviously, with these devices, it would be a lot more sensible to program them on a desk or on a bench where you've got easy access to the devices. You still can do them when they're in situ or installed up at poles or wherever it is they're installed, but it makes life a lot easier if they're configured in front of you on a bench prior to installation. When you open the box for the RF200D, you'll notice that you have the transceiver, you have the aerial, and you also have a small rubber washer. Now make sure that you use that watertight seal for that reason. Obviously, if you don't use it, you'll get water entering the box and causing an issue with the PCB, and it will eventually cause the device to malfunction. Configuring the RF200Ds to work with each other, you need to make sure that you power it up with 12 volt DC. The power is connected to the bottom right hand corner connector block. You will notice that the red here is the positive leg, the black here is the negative leg. On the opposite side of the PCB, we have the data pair from either the keyboard or the PTZ camera that you're trying to control. If you look at the bottom here, you've got the red connector. It's connected to currently what's printed on the PCB as RTS-A. That's the positive leg. CTS-B is the negative leg. You need to do exactly the same on the other device. Assuming you've powered up the unit like I have, you should have just the tamper light flashing away. Now that's flashing away purely because the lid is removed from the box. After a short amount of time, once the lid is put back onto that box, the tamper light will stop flashing. So to enter the programming mode, you need to press and hold the two program mode buttons, switch 1 and switch 2 at the same time for 3 seconds. What this will do is it will make the series of signal lights go up between 1 to 6 and then they'll disappear. Once they disappear, you're in the programming mode. We're now in programming mode. You can see we are because the data light is now flashing. Now the data light flashing on its own isn't a mode that you can control or configure. It's just to let you know you are in programming mode. So to get into the next mode, you would need to select the left button on the PCB, switch 1. What this will do is it will make the data light plus signal light number 6 flash. You'll notice here that signal light number 1 in red is a solid LED light. Now that indicates the baud rate that you're currently set for. Now that at the moment is set for 2400. If you need to change that to 48, simply press the right button, which will change that LED to number 2. If you press it again, it will change it to 9600. And if you press it again, it will change it to 192. So let's leave it on 1. So now that is set for 2400 bits per second. By pressing the program button again, SW1, you'll now notice that signal LED number 5 is flashing along with the data LED in the bottom left of the PCB. This now indicates that you are in parity mode. Now currently it's set for none parity, but you can change that to even and odd. Now to change that, you would need to press SW2. So by pressing that, you'll notice that signal LED 2 is now illuminated, and again you'll notice number 3 is illuminated. I'm going to, again like before, or as before, I'm going to put that back to the original non-parity, which is what I need. If I now press the mode button again on the left hand side, it will take me to a mode where I have the flashing data and I have flashing 5 and flashing 6. Now that is the protocol mode. There are several protocols. You can choose between GenLink, Pelco DNP, or you can use the open protocol. The default setting for these are open protocol, and that basically means whatever data you put into the unit gets spat out at the other end. Now to choose the protocol mode, you'll need to have a look at where the solid orange LED is currently illuminated. At the moment it's set for signal LED number 3, which is set for open protocol. As mentioned earlier, LED number 1 is GenLink, LED number 2 is Pelco DNP, LED number 3 is open protocol. The final thing that you need to do to get these devices to talk together is you need to choose which channel you wish to use. If you program one of the devices as channel 1, for example's sake, you need to make sure that you program the other device as channel 1 also. To do that, you need to press the program button on the left hand side labelled SW1 and keep pressing it until you see no flashing LEDs on the PCB whatsoever. All you're looking for is a solid LED. Okay, we're now in channel mode. Currently, you'll see that signal LED 1 is illuminated. That indicates that it's set for channel 1. By using the right button, or labelled SW2, we can now change that to channel 2, or channel 3, or channel 4, channel 5, channel 6, or channel 7. Now once you've chosen the channels that you require and the devices are paired up correctly, you can now save what changes you've made by pressing SW1, the left button, for 3 seconds until you see the series of signal lights go up and down. The devices are now programmed. In this video I've shown you how to configure the channel, baud rate and protocol of the RF200D. Now remember, if you're going to be using this via a keyboard controller and a PTZ, you'll need to have 2 of these devices configured. So just repeat the procedure that I've shown you in the video over onto the other unit as well, and that way they'll both talk to each other. Well, thanks for watching the video. If you need any further assistance, please contact us on 01707 330541. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at GenieCCTV and visit our website www.geniecctv.com. Thanks for watching.